答院长。
好的那现在呢，我们就把重要的时间这个让给我们的同学们我呢简单做一个这个串场，然后我们就开始了。那么今天呢，我相当于是那个 announcer，OK， 就是整个的过程我是个 announcer， 然后串场，同时呢我是下半场的这个一个主讲人。那么上半场呢是交给同学们那么我们今天的活动呢是我们的数据协会的这个 weekly activity，right？ 我们每周有一次活动。今天呢，我们是感恩节这个时间，然后呢，首先呢，祝大家感恩节愉快Happy Thanksgiving， 然后我们下一次呢，下边就是说今天我们是2个部分在一起 ，OK， 第一个部分呢是由我们的 VData 开始协调的这样一个叫做 Co-op Project， 那么给同学们从这个职场的这个就是一个职场新人。然后通过参加 Co-op 短期内迅速提升，然后成为自己职业生涯的一个非常高的起点。OK， 这样呢，我们也给大家一个帮助。那么第一个部分呢，由3位主讲人呢主要是从我们的学生的这个项目里边出来的。那么其实是分3个项目，它不是3位主讲人，是3个项目。那么每一个项目呢，我们有一个 team lead，OK， 每一个项目是一个 team， 然后我们有3个项目。做 team lead， 第一个呢是做这个就是整个投资决策的分析，第2个呢是做这个关于回报这个风险，它叫 coordinates， 第3个呢是这个就是这个做这个就是找到最佳交易时间。OK， 他们3个分别是3个不同的 project， 其实是给现在的这个雇主来提供他们下一个版本的决策的一些 modeling， 他们这个有这个需求的，然后这样呢刚好我们的实习同学参加。实习同学呢有很多，其实是我以前的学生这个其实也是大家都是说因为呢正好这个结束课程正好参加进来这个那么还有呢就是以前别的课程的学生，但不管怎么样，甚至于还有人是根本没有上我们的课，是从这个怎么说呢friend 这个 on the street， 他们直接通过这个广告然后看到这个项目参加。那么整个呢我们大家知道这个项目是真实的，并且一直在这样这个正规的这样运行下去。 OK， 好，那么基本上呢我们的第一个 part 呢是这样，我们请这个我们的这个雇主呢来介绍一下这个大概介绍一下项目的 background， 然后后边呢我们请3位team 的这个同学们参加项目的同学来介绍一下他们的中期的这个就是他的 progressing 的项目的进展情况，同时他们哪些可以汇报。最后呢有一个收尾，就是有一个 important 这样一个 announcement， 一个重要的通知，那么由我们的雇主来发布。因为呢他们看到了这个实习同学做的这个项目的潜力，同时也看到了学生的潜能，那么因此呢他们决定跟同学长久合作。好，那么我们就是下边呢把时间让给我们后边的这个同学们，请我们的麦克老师先开场吧。
下面我们就全部将是英文讲解了，因为我们的实习过程当中所有的讲解都是英文，所以学员包括麦克老师都是英文讲解谢谢大家，谢谢院长。那我们继续，谢谢。Yeah, so Mike, that's your turn. Thank you so much.
Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Actually, don't say anything. Thank you to me. Actually, I will thank to all the students. I will give us a brief introduction after the meeting. So let's start it. Talk about the COPS terms. When the COPS term started, I didn't really think about anything. I would say, okay, yes, you know what? I'm going to waste my time, but my time is wasted to the young talent. So that's good. But as time passed by, I saw our talent is really smart. They are really smart. They are really working hard. So right now, let's start with the 3 project first. So the 3 project, number 1, the first project is tell you at what point is a good opportunity to buy or sell a stock. Listen to this carefully. Tell you at what point is a good time to buy or sell. This is the first project. And the second project is going to tell investors, tell you how to use the relationship between each investment opportunity and combine them together to increase your investment return. in the same time, lower your investment risk. That's the second theme. The third theme going to tell you 3 months, maybe 2 months ahead of what your investment are heading. Like say, for example, you bought a stock. You bought a stock and 3 months, in 3 months of time, what your stock will heading to. Okay, so that's 3 projects. Number 1, tell you at what point you should buy or sell. Number 2 is going to tell you how you can combine investment opportunity to lower your risk, increase your investment return. The third project is even more interesting. Tell you 3 months ahead where your investments are going. So you will be prepared to buy or sell your stock. Okay, so now let's start. So the first project going to tell you at what point is a good opportunity to buy or sell. Go ahead. You can share your screen, guys.
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll begin our presentation. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. So today I'll give a presentation on how do we unlock the power of data analysis to public. And this presentation is based on a CALE project sponsored by both FunPage and Victoria Education Group. And it serves also as a midterm milestone for this current project. We also want to take this opportunity to express our gratitude to both FunPage, Mac, the CEO, and also all the instructors and the support we received from Victoria. Thank you for giving us this great opportunity to participate in this valuable project. So let's get started. And first of all, I'll just explain a little bit why we do this project. In fact, lots of average people or individual investors like you and me, we have not received any specialized training and we don't have the particular knowledge regarding investment. So when we do investment and make decisions, for example, either when we decide which stock or which product we should buy, or when we decide which the best time to buy or sell, we can only follow some other people, either like some financial influencers or some experts. We can only follow their suggestions. Well, the problem is that we are using our own money to do our investment, but we don't have the capability of independent decision making. And sometimes we do an action, either buy or sell, but we have no rationale to support our decision and the action. So here, FunPage is a company that wants to develop the technology by leveraging the power of data analysis. And its tool will allow everyone, like you and me, to make informed, evidence-based decisions and gain higher return for your investments. And eventually, this will lead to the wealth equity to everyone. So, in this CALE project, our team is focused on the moving average technique. Moving average is a sample stock technical analysis tool that smooths out price data by creating a consistently updated average price. So the average is taking over a specific period of time, for instance, like 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, or even 20 minutes, 30 weeks, etc., etc. It actually depends on the trader, so what he wants to see or use. And most important thing when we use moving average as a tool is that we need to observe every crossover of moving average over different time period. So every time, if we see there's a crossover, it can either signal a buy or a sell action. So I just want to show a little bit our results up to the moment. So first of all, I'll give you a live demo of what we have achieved right now. So basically, you can see here this is a moving average chart, and it's present the Google, so the stock of Google, and from 2016 to 2020, and the moving average period is 60 days and 200 days. So we can see that on this day, like the June 18, so it's probably a good time to buy. So let's update it for another ticker. So this is Amazon, and I want to trade it with some other time, and also perhaps I get 60, 200. Well, so we can see that for Amazon, it can be like at the beginning of the year in February, so it can be a good time to buy. So basically, this is a live demo to show that what we have achieved up to the moment. And also we're back here. So I also grabbed some screenshot from the result of my colleagues. So here, it shows a sell signal, and also this shows a buy signal. And here, a similar result from my colleague. And all these three results are done in Python. And this is another result that's realized with SAS. And this one with a similar interface, this is all done in Excel and with VBA. So then we'll present how do we use these signals to give the action to investors. And Sarah, it's over to you.
Okay, thank you, Nan. As my team lead mentioned earlier, a moving average is a stock indicator that is commonly used in a technical analysis. So for this project, we use simple moving average in the moving average calculation for a given set of price over specific numbers of days in the past. Of course, the moving average is totally customizable, which our users can freely choose whenever or whatever time frame they want. The signal generated is the features that distinguish the front page from other financial stock websites. So we provide the last crossover signal to suggest our client, this is maybe the time you should take some actions for this stock. The methodologies for these signals is upward momentum is conforming with a bullish crossover, which occurs when a short-term moving average crosses above a long-term moving average. Conversely, the downward momentum is confirmed with a bearish crossover. That means when a short-term moving average is crossing below a long-term moving average. So the signal indicates this may be a time the user should consider a purchase of sell. Now, would you mind to pass to the next slide? Thank you. So for this project, we applied tools based on what we learned from the courses and applied them, including Excel VBAs, Python, SAS, and also SSMS. So in this real world project, we have known that how our project started from the beginning and how it will be end. We also have facing some challenging in this process, which won't happen in our self-practice. The first one is big data volumes due to the thousands of the stocks and the records accumulated from years and years. And also I have to mention for in the data cleansing phase, we also find some difficulties in data qualities, which including problems like inconsistencies in the value and the missing value. In overcoming those challenges, it really provides a lot of gain to us. Especially in the coding and the development phase, we conduct a lot of debugs of the code and a lot of self-learning involved. So really appreciate the help from Mike, Jay, and Liu Yang. All the instructors helped us to overcome those problems. Our teams all agree that we have developed very good problem-solving skills, self-learning skills, debug skills in this hands-on experience. So that's basically our moving average presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I guess now we moved on to the correlation team, right?
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. So first, let me ask you two questions. Are you exposed to high portfolio risk? Do you want to increase your investment return? So welcome to our project. Our project is about the correlation matrix. So you may wonder, what is a correlation matrix? Never heard of it. It is a two-dimensional matrix that shows the correlation coefficients between each pair of security or opportunities. The cell, as you can see, the cell can be color-coded and show positive or negative relationships. For example, if you can see 0.71, it is the correlation coefficients between AAPL and AAL. So which means that if one of the stock goes up, the other one will likely to goes up as well. So the question of why we are doing this project is simple. So this matrix can help investors to reduce their portfolio risks by holding diversified portfolio of assets. So think about this. If you are holding two highly positively correlated stock, if one of them goes down, the other one will goes down as well. So you are facing a lot of risk. So by utilizing our matrix, you can holding two stock with negative correlation or relationship, then you are reducing the risk of loss, or often people will buy put options along with the stock, sometimes called hedging. Then I will hand over to our specialist to talk about the project overview.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Thanks to the Victoria School, we have the opportunity to do this job. Let's quickly overview our project. Our project is to come up a new methodology to calculate correlation metrics among different investment products. Based on what has been discussed, correlation is used in a modern portfolio theory to include diversified assets that can help reduce the overall risk of our portfolio. Our investment products include stocks, mutual fund, ETF, index, and so on. Basically, customer can choose as many as 10 tickers in the website, and the website will show the correlation number of 2 tickers combination based on their choice. The output, our project will provide the correlation matrix for all the products on one-by-one combination, and then we create a user interface populated on the front page website. Here is our system design of the project. Firstly, we're gonna create a staging table, which will retrieve the variable what we want in the SQL server, and then based on the staging table, we're gonna use the Python or SAS to calculate the correlation matrix for all the products in the databases. Then we're gonna format this table to a 3-column table, like ticker 1, ticker 2, and the correlation of the 2 tickers combination. Then we will load this table to the SQL server before the next day user to use the web applications. In the process of the whole project, the first step is inevitable for us to use it: the data preparation, ETL mechanism, data cleaning, and data validation. Because of the huge, like the large volume of data, it's a challenge for us to implement these 4 steps. Next, we're gonna move to the Sql processing.
Okay, as we mentioned before, one of the biggest challenges to facing the huge data. Basically, we're facing 500 million data set. So the strategy we designed to tackle this is to create a multi-layer structure to extract, transform, and load data into the next stage for SAS or Python. The advantage is to process the daily work efficiently with the SQL server inside. So we're going to move to the next stage for SAS.
So following the ETL in SQL Server, we're gonna find out the algorithms in SAS or Python to calculate the correlation matrix, finally in the form of one-by-one ticker. So we were facing challenges like data volume, data issues, and how to manipulate the data. Also facing certain limitations of the tools, but thanks to the consistent communication among the team members, we figure out different procedures and ways to deal with all these issues. And finally, we're gonna pass the output back to SQL Server. So we're gonna move on to the next slide with the Python processing.
The next part is using Python. The main purpose of using Python is to calculate the correlation coefficient. So the first step is using the output from the SQL Server as the input for Python. Then the second step is doing data investigation or manipulation. We have faced a lot of challenges, such as data structures, splits, data skewness. I won't go into details, but the most important part is to calculate the correlation coefficients for each pair of tickers. So after that, the third step, we are ready to export back the output from Python to SQL Server. I will hand over to our data visualization specialist. He will talk about the results.
Till now, our team have built an automatic and dynamic visualization platform, an automatic matrix for overview, and interactive dashboard for detail. This is a snapshot of the automatic matrix. It's a 10 by 10 matrix, means 10 stocks were chosen. The relationship between each pair of stocks is shown here. For example, the coefficient between the 11 HK stock and the 5 HK stock is 0.646, means these two stocks have a strong positive relationship. If you use all money to buy these two stocks, it will be a high risk investments. On the contrary, if the stocks are switched to this pair, the 7 HK and the 15 HK, the risk will be much lower because minus indicates a negative relationship. At the end, I'd like to represent our team to express our thanks to the front page company and the Victoria Education Group. Thank you for your listening.
Great. Let's move on to the next project.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing? I'm Felix from the sentiment analysis team. And before jumping right to the topic today, I just want to express our appreciation on behalf of our team to Principal Maria and Mac for providing us with this wonderful opportunity to be part of this end-to-end data science project. I believe most of you know them well because they are both well-respected and esteemed professionals in their business domains. And when I first joined this project, I was really touched by Mac's vision to help the average people to realize financial success using avant-garde technologies. And also great thanks to the technical mentor team, that is Jay, Yang, and David. And personally, myself is also a student of Jay's course. We got fully supported by them, and they're like a NBA dream team from the 1992, if you know what I'm talking about. And back to our project, the main goal of our project is to leverage the predictive power of aggregate sentiment. And this product is sponsored by Victoria Education and Fund Page. It's a extremely pioneering project, and it's like a black box to a lot of people because they don't know what we're trying to achieve and how we can achieve it. So I'd like to include a bit more background information about what we are doing here to help you better understand it, or at least have a general feeling about it. I think it'll be super beneficial, and for those who are interested in data science in general and who wants to land a job with these skills. So in this context, when we talk about sentiment, what we mean is market sentiment. It is a qualitative measure of the attitude and mood, or simply put, the emotions of the investors to the financial markets in general, or specific sectors or assets in particular. So firstly, we leverage the sentiment analysis to help people profit from the shifting market sentiment. And why it works? Because it is a successful method to include effects of market psychology in your trading strategy. I believe most people know that in the long run, the stock market or any financial markets, they are driven by the valuations. But in the short term, the market sentiment is actually what moves the prices. And this analysis is an evolving technique, which is used to complement the traditional analysis techniques like fundamental analysis, quantitative analysis, and technical analysis. And also, there is a very classic discussion between the two major market emotions, like greed and fear. So for greed, like investors may pay prices for an asset that have no basis in reality. I believe you have seen that before. And they're not buying because the asset is good investment, but because they need to do something to avoid the feeling of missing out. So that's basically the greed part. And for the fear part, so during bear markets, investors will often sell their stocks at prices that is well below the value because they need to stop feeling the pain of losing money. And that's fear. And those are the irrational decisions that they're making. But those are also the typical driving forces behind the stage. And what we're doing is to help people like you and me. Some are active traders to find enter and exit positions. And for the long-term investors, we help them to find attractive entry points. And this page will be a high-level overview of the Iti architecture, that what we're doing and how it works. So firstly, we gather the data from different platforms and the data sources and consolidate them into the SQL database. And we build a data model around the data we've collected and stored in the database, and then connect the data model to the front end. So the users can access it via the front end. And a little bit about the machine learning models that we've touched. And the first part is a positive and a negative model. It's a very classic model for psychology, market psychology, because a lot of research show that the negative sentiment has really significant impact on the market. And the next model is bearish and bullish, which is the model of expectation. And it is a very unique big data approach to help people find market expectation for future performance. And last but not least, topic modeling. It is the model of events. The model tries to find the most frequently mentioned topics and identify the correlation between different topics and the market performance. And for now, I'll hand over to my teammate, Steve, who's going to talk about and walk you through about the web application.
Okay, thank you, Felix. Well, this is the web application which I am right now working on it. The page you're watching is a demonstration web page which will be displayed on clients' browsers. The figure at the left side will show the actual price line and psychological line, which was calculated by the algorithms of the sentiment analysis. At the right side, what we have to do is to choose a date, then click Show Topics. We can acquire the topics mentioned within 90 days before the selected date. These topics are summarized automatically by the algorithm called topic modeling. Well, besides, we can also calculate the trend based on the sentiment analysis, whether the status is bullish or bearish, as well as its confidence level. Okay, thank you, Felix.
Okay, thanks, Steve. And lastly, moving to the last part is about the project key takeaways. And this part is really, really important because we're gonna hire more people in our team, and you definitely want to join us. From my personal experience, I think the ballpark figure would be we had 100 applicants for different teams, and we went through a formal resume screening process, and also plus 3 rounds of different interviews from the hiring manager and from the technical team. So personally, I would definitely highly recommend this, that if you want to try out this project. And for those of you who don't have previous working experience or data-related project experience, this is something you must try. And during the project, we had a lot of interactions with upper management and also with our intelligent team members. And the most important part in this is, in the end, you're going to have a demonstrable data project that you can showcase and that is accessible to the general public. And I think that is also the key part for this project. And we also gained the real-world data science project experience. And one thing you may notice that we also apply the Agile and Waterfall best practices, which is part of the SDLC, that is the software development lifecycle. And it is a methodology that is preferred by a lot of tech companies. And you're going to mention it in every job interview, basically. And we've also learned a lot about programming for data science with Python, Sql, and machine learning. So that'll be all from my side. Thank you everyone for your attention. Thanks.
Thank you very much, folks. I guess we have about 100 audience. People in this group always say, thank me for my hard work. Be honest with you, I'm very honored to have the chance to work with all of those young talents. You work very hard. Right? When your friends are playing computer games, you are working because you're sending me a message in the middle of the night. When your friend watching TVs, you're working, right? You send me email, ask me questions. I'm very impressed. So you may ask those young guys, those young girls, why they are working so hard, right? I think they feel they had a great cause, right? They know why they are doing this. Not only for their parents, their friends. Don't lose investment again. They are trying to help the society, to make the society a better one. All those techniques, all those technologies are only available for big institutions at this moment because they have the resources, right? For their own benefit. Why we're working so hard? We are working so hard for everyone. Technologies big data, machine learning, data science, data lake are not only for those wealthy ones, not only for those big institutions. We want everyone to get a share of this technology advantage, AI and big data. When the angel investors, when they choose a project, choose a team to invest, the very most important factor is people. If your project is the only factor attractive, I'm not interested. I'm looking at the people. So when I see the people really working hard, they're smart, and they have a good cause, a good heart, I'm impressed. What we want to do, as myself, I'm an old guy already, right? What we want to do, including Victoria Education Solutions, we want to set up the stage for you to realize your passion, your dream, because the future is yours. I'm a good guy, I'm an old guy. We are depends on you because you're young, you're smart, you're talented, with good intentions to make the society a better one. So I can retire in a better place. You always say thanks to me, but I will say thank you very much. You are helping the society. Thank you. Thank our young talents, hardworking, with the passion of using the technologies for the society's benefit. Here, I'm going to announce publicly, we're going to continue those projects with my personal wealth, including Victoria Education's wealth. We're going to support you, set the stage for you. You often hear, Google's, Yahoo, all those big companies, they have a working for self days in a week, so they can fund their project. Here, we're doing the same thing. If we see the project is good, has a big potential, and most importantly, we have good people. We are going to continue to invest, to put you on the spot, give you the stage to fly, to realize your dream. So here, we are going to separate the sentiment analyst team, become a separate entity under fund page. So we are going to share our profit on this. Once this become public, realized in the marketplace, and in the future, we might go public for this piece. So you guys are not only co-op students at this moment, you are startup founders as well. So we start this company, we start this entity, let's work together to realize our dream. Thank you very much. I guess we're going to return this to Victoria Education Solutions. Let's conclude our 1 hour meeting. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mac. Thank you for all the presentation makers today. You've done a tremendous job. So wonderful. I feel like so proud of that in the past less than 2 months, I guess, right? About 2 months. And you've learned all the technologies and also demonstrated your hard skills, your teamwork. I believe everyone got a big harvest for this Thanksgiving holiday. Okay, so let's say thank you, but thank yourself. All right. So yeah, I believe that's all for the first session. I see someone ask question about the details about how to calculation data, blah blah blah. We have a agreement with the company. Okay, sorry about that. There's confidential information we cannot disclose unless you join the project, and then you will know the details after signing off the confidential agreement. That's limited by the agreement. We cannot disclose all details. Sorry about that. the levels of the presentation that we can show to the public is the age of the information that we can talk. Okay. So that's it. I believe that's all the very thing that I think is very impressive. I believe we are not touching so much deeply like detailed information because today's presentation is for public. Okay, so we want to give a high-level impression about what we're doing, about what the job, what the project is, and what the co-op students are doing, and what their progress is. Okay, so and also what the progress about, what the project's about. Okay, so this would be a very good start for a lot of people if you think about joining this society, join this the really good career development. Okay, all people are welcome. So then we will be announcing like in another I think couple of months for the next phase of our co-op starting with the beginning of the year. Okay, but be patient and also be attention. Okay, so then just pay attention or what we'll do that. Okay, with this video, yes, this video will be provided because you see that it's recording, right? This information we provided can be shown to public. That's why we're okay with that. But anyways, don't forget, register with Victoria, right? So you need to receive this like URL to the video, right? So then the video URL will be published.
I guess another.
Right.
Yeah, I guess there are many talents in the audience is not part of the team already. So if you think you have good ideas, you want to realize your passions, step up. Let's work together. We're going to help you. I'm the old guy. I like to help young guys.
Definitely. Thank you. Yeah, that's
Thank you.
I believe that's another purpose of where we're rolling out this project. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. I believe that's almost the time, very on time. We got 1 minute like ahead. So, but let's start our next session. Thank you, Mac.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Now I believe people are tired from listening to the English, right? Now let's move on to our home language.